Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News, some latest events in the province, and now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, in the morning of May 30, 2022, the Rosa People Council delegates included Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Tâm, Secretary of the Rosa Party Committee, Chairman of the Rosa People Council, Mr. Lê Minh Thế, Secretary of the TayNinhTV Party Committee, and delegates of the City People Council had a meeting with voters in HIEP before the fourth meeting of the Rosa People Council and the fifth session of the City Council for the 2021-2026 term.
Voters of HIEP were reflected on issues such as some traffic routes that had been done before, but there were no serious in the rainy season, which flooded people's houses. The intersections of Nguyễn Trọng Các, Cơ Thánh Vệ, Cách Mạng tháng 8 streets often suffer from traffic jams at rush hour. HIEP Market recently is rickety, often flooded in the rainy season, easily leading to environmental pollution. Soon overcome the situation of trafficking in lodging on the roadside in front of Nguyễn Du Primary School. Thereby, representatives of the City People's Council and leaders of HIEP were answered and recorded voters' opinions. At the same time, the City Council member also informed voters of HIEP about the economic, cultural, and social situation in the city in the first 6 months of 2022.
In the afternoon of May 30, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of the TayNinhTV People Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Tâm, Deputy Commander of the Rosa Military Command, and a delegate of the People Council of TayNinhTV City had a meeting with voters in COMMUNE before the meeting of the Rosa and City People Council for the term 2021-2026.
At the meeting, voters of COMMUNE commented and proposed issues on ensuring security and order, traffic safety, and maintaining environmental hygiene in the locality, such as need to equip a security camera system at intersections of roads to contribute to crime prevention and control in the area, equipped with signal light at the intersection between Road 3 and Road 793 because there have been many collisions and traffic accidents happening here. Voters reflected that a business in the area regularly transports cassava on Road 12A, causing environmental pollution. Voters' opinions were recognized and satisfactorily explained by the leaders of the City People's Committee and Tân Bình Commune People's Committee. Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, recognized and richly valued the opinions of Tân Bình Commune voters and briefed them about the province's recent socio-economic role, plan to administer COVID-19 vaccine booster doses in the near future. Currently, the province is successfully undertaking a COVID-19 vaccination program for children under the age of 12. The Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee also advised that local governments and voters focus on avoiding deadly diseases, including dengue fever, hand, foot, and mouth disease, and monkeypox.
Turn to all the news, ladies and gentlemen, along with province and city including Bình Dương, Hải Phòng, Long An, Ho Chi Minh City, TayNinhTV entered the top 5 province and city attracting foreign direct investment FDI, leading the country in the first 5 months of 2022.
Topping the list of 5 provinces with the highest foreign investment attraction in the country in the first 5 months of 2022 is Bình Dương with 26 projects, total registered capital of about $1,784.3 million. TayNinhTV ranked the 4th with total investment capital of $217.1 million. Mr. Trịnh Ngọc Phương, Director of the Department of Planning and Investment, said that in order to create a push for the economic development of the province in general and the border area in particular, the province has planned launch many key projects in which the investment in building complete infrastructure is one of the important tasks to attract investment. The implementation of 2 highway projects of Ho Chi Minh City, Mộc Bài, and Gò Dầu Sa Mát are expected to strongly promote the development of border gate economic zones in the future. Currently, many parents are especially interested in education towards the comprehensive development, approaching the international education environment for their children. North American International School, or SNA, is one of the schools training international baccalaureate, an opportunity for students who want to study and work in today's globalized environment. The announcement ceremony was held at SNA Himlam Campus, Second South in the morning of May 31st, 2022, with the participation of representatives of leaders of the Department of Education and Training of Ho Chi Minh City. This is an important milestone in SNA becoming one of 6 full IB schools in Vietnam. With a history of 16 years of operation in the field of education in Ho Chi Minh City, SNA set its targets on the IB program, which is implemented from the 2020-2021 school year. With this program, students are interested in developing in 4 aspects: intellectual, personal, emotional, and soft skills to develop their ability to study and work in today's globalized environment. The route DT7H1, which runs from Tân Hưng Commune in Tân Châu District to Bình Dương Province, has a high amount of traffic, particularly automobiles and trucks, but for a long time, traffic vehicles have been violating the road traffic law, infringing on lanes and potentially causing traffic accidents. On DT7H1, there are sections with yellow lanes, single lines, solid lines. According to the National Technical Regulations on roadsides, a single solid yellow line is used to divide two-way traffic from opposite directions. Vehicles are not allowed to cross the lane, not to overlap the line, not allowed to overtake when seeing a solid yellow line. This line is often seen on roads that do not guarantee overtaking visibility, do not have a median strip in the middle, and have a high risk of head-to-head traffic accidents. Road sections with yellow lanes, single and solid lines are divided along the length of the road with enough way for safe driving. However, drivers on vehicles on route DT7H1 still intentionally violate, travel in the wrong lane, encroach on the yellow line, solid line. The risk of traffic accidents is great, dangerous for themselves, car pullers, and other means of transport. The situation of traffic participants running in the wrong lane for that vehicle on road DT7H1 needs to be tracked and severely punished by the functional sector to ensure compliance with the road traffic law.
The audience from May 30 to June 10, delegates of the People Council at both district and provincial levels have contracted local voters to record their opinion and recommendation before the floor meeting of the Provincial People Council. The 10th session is expected to be held in July. On the first working day, many voters in the city reflected on the fact that many roads in the city do not have drainage system. When it rains, it is flooded. The situation is more serious when entering the peak of the rainy season.
At the meeting with voters on May 30, the city's voters reflected to the delegates the fact that many residential areas currently do not have a drainage line. When it rains, they are flooded, especially in areas from Commune to War. According to voters, in the past, many roads in NINH Commune were dirt roads. When the commune was given resources to build the new countryside and then recognized as over, the small and elderly roads were quickly asphalted or converted. However, among them, there are many roads that are not placed with sewers. Due to the high construction of the road surface without drainage, many households are flooded whenever it rains. There is some roads that are placed with sewer, but some do not. Currently, roads that can be drained will be harmed because water runs quickly during the rainy season. I also hope that the drainage system will be placed when the roads are constructed. For constructed roads, they must be upgraded and repaired to place the sewers. Explaining to voters, the head of NINH World People's Committee stated that, based on voter feedback, the world has asked quarter leaders to compile information on deteriorated and flooded roadways in order to prioritize city capital allocation for repair. In the afternoon of May 30, the city collected voter feedback and presented a survey immediately following the meeting.
Ngay từ đầu năm,
Right from the beginning of the year, the Urban Management Department, together with the world, has surveyed a number of damaged and flooded roads. But the beginning of the year was not the rainy season, so we did not detect flooded roads for timely handling. The locality and the project management board will survey immediately the situation because it is in rainy season so that we can calculate the treatment plan in the short term. If it is not included in the medium-term public investment plan, we will make additional calculations and submit it to the People's Council for the next period. In the immediate future, it is possible to consider a plan to hook up a sewer for people. In the afternoon of May 30, it rained in the city and it was right as voters' opinion. Many residential areas were quickly flooded even though the rain was not heavy. It's flooded. The position on the other side is higher than my house, so the water poured on into my house, causing flooding. It is flooded even though small rains. Because it cannot rain, I hope the leaders would consider to place the drainage. It's been 2 years. Previously, the rainwater ran quickly, but since the roads were built, it caused flooding. City authorities exchange information with voters, and the city has completely accepted voters' opinions in many communes and wards with recommendations on restoring damaged roadways. Because we are in the midst of the rainy season, voters' opinions are much more important. Previously, the city had numerous muddy and deteriorating dirt roads, but owing to limited budget, the city prioritized the building of the road surface first and the drainage subsequently. The city has learned from this. Voters of course are satisfied that the world and the city have promptly explained their voters' recommendations and proposed a solution in the coming time. Delegates of the two-level People's Council continue to contact the city voters in June 1st.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today's TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.